This is News 8 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for watching News 8 Now at noon. I'm Alexandra Carter. Police have identified the victim in a stabbing last week in La Crosse. 43-year-old Timothy T.J. Salid was found with 45 stab wounds inside of an apartment building in the 400 block of 6th Street South. 50-year-old Bryant Smith faces first-degree intentional homicide charges in the death. According to the criminal complaint, Smith claims he was acting in self-defense. La Crosse police say the investigation into Salid's death is still active. They're asking anyone with information about it to contact them. It has been 6 months since a Sauk County teen went missing. 13-year-old James Leblonsky hasn't been seen since the night of June 12th when he reportedly drove off in his family's van. The van was later found near Devil's Lake State Park. A week into the search, police found evidence Yablonsky was trying to live off the land as a survivalist. Detectives have tried to follow up on several potential sightings since his disappearance, but so far none have led to him. Authorities are asking anybody with information on Yablonsky to call the Sauk County Sheriff's Office. That number is at the bottom of your screen right now. The FBI is also helping with the search.
Well, we're definitely off to another beautiful start as we head into this afternoon. Very similar to yesterday, except the difference is we are much warmer, though, today. As you can see, a live look at the satellite picture showing some of those clouds that we had this morning that continue to clear out, and we are looking mostly sunny here currently, with temperatures much milder into the lower 40s. La Crosse is at 40 exactly. Winona's at 41. Preston also at 41. Prairie du Chien and Bosqueville at 40 degrees, 36 in Sparta, and 35 right now in Eau Claire. Beautiful look there from City Cam 8 in downtown La Crosse, and we'll continue to pretty much remain this way throughout the day with a mostly sunny afternoon that's ahead. Much milder temperatures for us to work with this afternoon, and a light southerly wind at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Stay tuned. Have a check on your full weather forecast coming up in a few minutes. We'll talk about how long this mild trend will last. Plus, we do have some precipitation chances on the way later this week. More details on that soon. Alexandra?
All right, Derek, we will see you then. Thank you. President Biden's son Hunter, who is facing tax evasion charges and gun charges, making rare comments on Capitol Hill today. That comes as the Republican-led House of Representatives gets ready to take the next step towards the possible impeachment of his dad, President Biden. Natalie Brand reports from the White House.
President Biden's son Hunter Biden arrived on Capitol Hill Wednesday after being subpoenaed by the House Oversight Committee, which is leading an impeachment inquiry into his father.
I'm here today to make sure that the House Committee's illegitimate investigations of my family do not proceed on distortions, manipulated evidence, and lies.
Hunter Biden insisted he will only testify in a public hearing, not behind closed doors as the committee requested.
I'm here. I'm ready.
Republicans pushed back.
We expect to depose the president's son, and then we will be more than happy to have a public hearing with him.
The rare comments come days after Hunter Biden was indicted on tax evasion charges. He is also facing gun charges. House Republicans have been investigating whether President Biden improperly benefited from foreign business dealings allegedly involving Hunter and other family members. Hunter Biden, who's recovering from addiction, admitted he made mistakes in his life, but forcefully denied any wrongdoing by his father, President Biden.
My father was not financially involved in my business, not as a practicing lawyer, not as a board member of Burisma.
Republicans in the House plan to vote to formalize the impeachment inquiry of President Biden as early as today.
We think the House of Representatives will go on record with a power that solely resides in the House.
Many Republicans hope that making the investigation more official will help them enforce subpoenas. The months-long investigation has not found direct evidence of wrongdoing by the president. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
The Oversight Committee issued subpoenas for the president's brother James Biden and Hunter Biden's personal business records back in September. Today, President Biden is set to meet with the families of Americans taken hostage by Hamas during the October 7th attacks. That meeting comes one day after Biden took his toughest stance yet on Israel's handling of the war. Biden warning Israel's losing international support because of the, quote, indiscriminate bombing of Gaza. Overnight, an Israeli airstrike killed nearly a dozen people. The 193-member UN General Assembly voted overwhelmingly for a ceasefire. The U.S., Israel, and 8 other countries voting against that call. They argue anything longer than a temporary pause would be dangerous.
Dangerous to Israelis, who would be subject to relentless attacks, and also dangerous to Palestinians, who deserve the chance to build a better future for themselves, free from Hamas.
Israel's military has reportedly started to pump seawater into Hamas's tunnels in Gaza to try to destroy them. While there is concern that hostages are still being held in some of those tunnels, President Biden says, quote, there are assertions being made there are no hostages in the tunnels. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky made his plea at the White House yesterday for billions more in aid as its war against Russia's invasion approaches the 2-year mark. Standing next to him, President Biden voiced support for Ukraine and urged U.S. lawmakers to act. During yesterday's visit, the president announced another $200 million drawdown of weapons, but the White House warning U.S. aid for Ukraine is set to dry up by the end of the year.
Congress needs to pass a supplemental funding for Ukraine before they break the holiday recess, before they give Putin the greatest Christmas gift they could possibly give him.
Talks toward a deal that include billions in funding for Ukraine, Israel, and the border continue. But GOP leaders, even those who support Ukraine aid, warn it is practically impossible to move a bill through Congress before the holiday recess that starts next week. The Supreme Court, meanwhile, is wading into the abortion debate yet again. The justices are considering whether to restrict an abortion drug nationwide. The case concerns mifepristone, which, coupled with another drug, is one of the most common abortion methods in the United States. The scope of the Food and Drug Administration's authority is at the center of that dispute. The FDA ruled mifepristone is safe and effective more than 2 decades ago, but challengers argue the agency did not do enough to study the safety implications of the drug. For now, mifepristone is available as the legal battle plays out. The new case could be decided by July. Coming up on News 8 Now at noon, Tesla is making a massive recall regarding its autopilot feature. What you should be aware of before getting behind the wheel, coming up. Welcome back. In your Money Watch report, the latest consumer price index shows a 3.1% increase in November compared to last year. It's a slight decline from October and way down from last year's peak of 9.1%. While falling gas prices have helped moderate costs, rent continues to increase. Tesla is recalling nearly 2 million cars to limit the use of its autopilot feature. This comes after a review of nearly 1,000 crashes in which the feature was used. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says the company agreed to an over-the-air software update, as well as mailing letters to owners notifying them of the change. The update would limit the auto steer feature if a driver repeatedly fails to demonstrate they're ready to resume control of the car while the feature is on. In a recent Washington Post investigation, auto assist was used when it should not have been in at least 8 serious accidents. If you're hoping to achieve the American dream, it could cost you. According to a new analysis from the financial site Investopedia, achieving that gold standard now costs almost $3.5 million over the course of a lifetime. The analysis includes cost for owning a home, paying for college, getting married, and saving for retirement. However, research from Georgetown University shows the median earning for the typical American worker is just $1.7 million over their lifetime. Quite a gap there. Sports Illustrated's publisher has ousted CEO Ross Levinson. It follows public backlash over accusations the company used AI to write articles with fake authors. The content in question includes articles and product reviews from a third-party content provider. Sports Illustrated has denied the reports. Mano Barogvi has been named interim CEO. That does it for your afternoon consumer news. As we head to break, here's a live look at the New York Stock Exchange. Stay with us. More news is next. More than 1 in 4 pregnant women exposed to cannabis have an unhealthy pregnancy outcome. According to researchers at the University of Utah Health, that's about 1.5 times higher than those who avoid the drug. They found the strongest association with low birth rate. Other risks include pregnancy-related high blood pressure, stillbirth, and medically indicated preterm birth. People with inflammatory conditions, meanwhile, can improve the effectiveness of the COVID-19 vaccine by pausing treatment for 2 weeks. Researchers at the University of Nottingham say patients who interrupted treatment had an antibody response 1.5 times greater at 26 weeks than those who kept treatment going. Patients did also experience more flare-ups, but most were self-managed without needing a medical provider. More than 13,000 additional cases of bladder, lung, and skin cancers can be tied to eating inorganic arsenic every year in the U.S. A study by the Society for Risk Analysis found rice, wheat, and leafy green vegetables carry a greater cancer risk than other foods. They say crops can absorb heavy metals from contaminated soil, air, and water. That does it for your medical news today. Here's a look at CityCam 8. Derek is up next with our forecast.
We're looking at mostly sunny skies to start us off this afternoon from CityCam 8 in downtown La Crosse. Our current temperatures are at 40 degrees, so already much warmer than this time yesterday. Not too far off from our high temperature here today, and we are looking at current visibility levels at 10 miles, so perfect driving conditions there for your lunch hour. 35 degrees with clear skies now being presently felt in Eau Claire. We got west-southwest winds at 9 miles an hour, making wind chill factors at around 28 degrees, but overall not too bad to start this afternoon with mostly sunny skies on the satellite and radar here. And as you can see, that trend is going to continue here for a little bit. We got temperature readings right now into the 30s and 40s, 43 in Winona, 36 now in Sparta, 37 is the temperature currently in Viroqua. Basketball and Prairie du Chien, both of you are currently at 40 degrees. Black River Falls at 37. So as you take a look at the afternoon planner, we're going to continue to remain mostly sunny through the day. We'll be at 41 degrees here coming up in a couple of hours. At 5 o'clock, 35, and still remaining clear. Still clear with temperatures then falling to the freezing mark of 32 by 7 o'clock. High temperatures today into the upper 30s north into the Chippewa Valley, but we do have the lower 40s for pretty much everybody else come this afternoon, including La Crosse. High pressure, as you can see on the bottom of your screen, is going to continue to move away. We got clear skies in place across the area throughout the rest of the day, heading into tonight as well. And as we start off tomorrow morning, things are looking nice. We have that southwest wind that we'll be working with pretty much all day long to help keep us warm, and in fact warmer than today as well. However, we're watching this next disturbance developing to the south, or to the west I should say, spreading a bunch of moisture in the form of cloud cover and a couple of rain showers as we head into the day on Friday. Starting Friday morning, we could tap into some isolated pockets of showers. Then we got this front interacting with this area of low pressure back to the west, and that could spawn some rain showers across portions of the Coulee region as we head into Friday night. So we'll keep our eyes on that. Now, if you're a fan of the mild weather, well, we got a lot of it here in the forecast. Above average high temperatures are expected over the next 6 to 10 days, and you'll feel it on the 8-day forecast. Notice that the highs will be pretty close to around 50 as we head into the day tomorrow, and then the rest of the week Heading into next week, we got highs remaining into at least the low to mid 40s, low temperatures in the 20s and 30s, and overall pretty dry conditions, with the only exception, of course, Friday night and also into early Saturday, where we could tap into some showers.
All right, I cannot get over that 49.
I know, it's looking great.
Crazy
I can't wait
to
for
see.
that.
Yeah, it'll be beautiful.
Take it here in December.
Yeah, for sure we will. Thank you, Derek. Well, how did a group of vervet monkeys end up living by a major international airport? The wild story and the sanctuary that could save them after the break.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
Dozens of vervet monkeys have lived in South Florida's mangroves for decades, but human interactions and urban dangers are threatening their survival. To help the monkeys, this biologist founded the Dania Beach Vervet Project. The group of about 50 monkeys are not native to Florida. They're descended from about a dozen vervet monkeys that escaped a lab 80 years ago, and they've made Florida's urban jungle their home.
Since they are considered a non-native animal, we can't release them. So instead of being euthanized or sent to another facility who might participate in the pet trade, which I don't agree with, we are open to provide a very safe home for these animals in need.
Aren't they cute? Williams says electrocutions present the biggest threat to the monkeys, though some have been hit by cars and others have been captured and kept as pets. There is currently no permanent solution for the monkeys' safety. The Dania Beach Vervet Project runs on donations, a small grant, and even Williams' personal funds. Stay with us. We'll have one more check of your forecast when we come back.
Last check now on your 8-day forecast, 41 degrees and mostly sunny today, and for tomorrow, much sunnier with a high of 49. And then we're looking at those highs into the mid-40s through at least Friday. Now, speaking of Friday, it's going to be much cloudier, though, as we're watching our next system move in. That could give us a chance of seeing some showers for Friday night into early Saturday. Some of that could try to mix with snow up towards the northern Chippewa Valley, so we'll keep our eyes on that. But then, as you can see, the rest of your 8-day forecast looking at a mix of sun and clouds with highs in the 40s and lows in the 20s and 30s.
Looking pretty good, and the sun is trying to shine out there right now.
It is. It's looking good out there. So try to get outside and enjoy the mild air.
Yeah, enjoy it while we can. Yeah. All right, thanks, Derek, and thank you for joining us this afternoon. We'll see you back here tonight. Have a great day.